The air in Las Vegas crackled with more than just desert heat. Inside the Venetian resort, Bitcoin 2025 felt like the center of the financial universe. Over 35,000 people gathered, enthusiasts, developers, investors, and newcomers. The buzz of conversation, cheers from the main stage, and clatter of keyboards filled the space. This was no longer a niche gathering. Wall Street executives mingled with cypherpunks and government officials listened to young developers. 400 companies showcased everything from mining hardware to crypto wallets. The excitement was tangible. People weren't just networking, they were part of a movement. Keynote sessions and technical deep dives were packed, hallways alive with debates and collaborations. The scale was bigger, the stakes higher, and the guest list more impressive than ever. Industry Day drew over 9,000 insiders, setting a powerful tone. Conversations shifted from if Bitcoin will succeed to how it will reshape our world. Bitcoin 2025 wasn't just a conference, it was a declaration that a new age had begun. Bitcoin conferences are more than events. They're the global town square for the community. Here developers solve problems, entrepreneurs find investors, and regulators hear directly from innovators. These gatherings pump new energy and ideas into Bitcoin's ecosystem. They're where the real story of Bitcoin is told, highlighting the dreamers and builders behind the tech. Major announcements, corporate adoption, national strategies, happen on these stages, sending ripples worldwide. Conferences are powerful educational forces offering workshops for both experts and newcomers. By empowering users, the community ensures Bitcoin becomes more decentralized and resilient. Most importantly, these events build trust and unity, forging relationships that help Bitcoin weather storms. The sense of community is what's kept Bitcoin alive through crashes and criticism. These gatherings are the foundation for the future of money. One handshake, one conversation, one conference at a time. It's hard to believe how far these conferences have come. The first, in 2011, had fewer than 100 people. Entry was $1 Bitcoin, worth just $20. Early adopters debated technical details and dreamed of a future few could imagine. As Bitcoin grew, so did the conferences, moving from small rooms to convention centers, attracting bigger crowds and speakers. These events weathered storms, debated upgrades, and celebrated milestones. The 2021 Miami conference was a turning point. El Salvador's president announced Bitcoin as legal tender, transforming the global conversation. Suddenly, Bitcoin was the official currency of a nation. By 2024, the event drew figures like Donald Trump and Russell Brand, showing its cultural reach. The conference became a must-attend for anyone interested in freedom and finance. From a handful of pioneers to a global stage hosting world leaders, the journey mirrors Bitcoin's explosive growth. It's a story of relentless optimism and the power of a decentralized idea. Bitcoin 2025 stood ready to make its own history. Industry Day at Bitcoin 2025 kicked off with a bang. The biggest surprise, Steak and Shake announced Bitcoin payments at all US, France, and Monaco locations, slashing payment fees. Bitcoin was now a practical solution for everyday business. Next, US Senators Cynthia Lummis and Marsha Blackburn took the stage, unveiling a bold Bitcoin act for the government to acquire 1 million BTC as a strategic reserve. Their message, Bitcoin support was growing at the highest levels. BlackRock's Robert Mitchnick revealed that institutional investors now see Bitcoin as a crucial portfolio hedge, not just a risky bet. Wall Street's shift signaled a permanent change in perception. The U.S. Treasury announced a comprehensive digital asset strategy report, showing the government was moving toward clear crypto regulation. The day was a whirlwind of validation for the Bitcoin community. From fast food payments to government strategies and Wall Street's embrace, the message was clear. Bitcoin had broken into the mainstream, the floodgates were open, the world was taking notice. Bitcoin was here to stay. Day 2 brought more political firepower and astonishing stories. Vice President J.D. Vance became the highest-ranking U.S. official to speak at a Bitcoin conference, revealing 50 million Americans now own Bitcoin and announcing the firing of SEC Chair Gary Gensler. Pakistan's representative declared the nation was building a strategic Bitcoin reserve, dedicating 2,000 megawatts to mining and AI data centers. Nation-state adoption was now a global movement. James Howells, famous for losing a hard drive with 8,000 BTC, shared his $75 million plan to excavate a UK landfill, soon to be a Netflix documentary. The day featured classic Bitcoin drama, a heated debate between skeptic Peter Schiff and advocate Trace Mayer. Schiff called Bitcoin a scam, but the audience and Mayer countered with data and passion. The Trump brothers joined a panel with bold price predictions. The mix of major announcements, personal stories, and lively debates made for a day packed with spectacle and history. Bitcoin's global reach and cultural impact were undeniable. The world was watching and participating. The movement was bigger than ever. Bitcoin's story was being written in real time. The final day delivered stunning revelations. Tether CEO Paulo Arduino announced the company now holds over 100,000 BTC, 50 tons of gold, and is investing $2 billion in new mining operations. Across the Atlantic, UK Reform Party leader Nigel Farage unveiled a crypto assets and digital finance bill, aiming to make the UK a global crypto hub with low taxes and a Bitcoin reserve at the Bank of England. Farage condemned central bank digital currencies as ultimate tyranny. SEC Commissioner Hester Peirce, known as Crypto Mom, argued most crypto assets aren't securities and called for clear, reasonable regulation. Her words offered hope for a more rational approach to crypto policy. The conference closed with Jack Mallers, CEO of Strike, urging attendees to never sell their Bitcoin, but use it as collateral for everyday spending. He painted a future where Bitcoin holders could borrow against their appreciating asset. The message, keep building, keep holding, and believe in the long-term vision. The event ended on a note of optimism and determination. Bitcoin's future looked brighter than ever. Despite the excitement, Bitcoin 2025 highlighted new challenges. As Bitcoin integrates into global finance, it faces sophisticated threats, like quantum computing. Experts warned that quantum computers could threaten Bitcoin's cryptographic security sooner than expected. The solution: begin planning a migration to quantum-resistant cryptography, a monumental but necessary task. These conversations marked the industry's maturity, no longer just surviving but proactively securing the future. Mainstream adoption brings economic and political pressures. Over 100 public companies led by MicroStrategy's massive holdings now influence the market. As more nations adopt Bitcoin, it becomes entangled in global politics. But with these challenges come opportunities for innovation and growth. The community is ready to tackle hard problems and secure Bitcoin for generations. Bitcoin 2025 showed a movement unafraid of the future. As the lights dimmed and 35,000 attendees headed home, one question lingered: is this time finally different? For years, Bitcoin has cycled through highs and lows, with skeptics calling each surge a bubble. But this year's announcements and atmosphere felt like a fundamental shift. Financial giants like BlackRock now champion Bitcoin as a legitimate hedge. Governments are creating policies and acquiring Bitcoin for reserves. When chains like Stake and Shake accept BTC, it signals a move from speculation to real-world use. The conversation has evolved from "what is Bitcoin" to "how do we use it to solve real problems?" Political legitimacy is rising, with a sitting vice president and major legislative proposals. The community is tackling future challenges like quantum computing with seriousness and vision. The foundation is laid, institutional and political support is materializing, and public adoption is accelerating. The journey has been long, but a global, open financial system feels closer than ever. This time, it really does feel different.